I'm live. I think I'm really live now. Facebook Live has been having problems today. Hey Sherry. Okay, we're on. Awesome. So I was really fired up earlier. I want to make a video because I'm feeling passionate and inspired about bad advice that we get and supplements. Hi Sarah. Okay, so I have had 3 things happen where I've just after 3 things, it's time for a Facebook Live video. So one, I had somebody come over to my house the other day and their gym was doing a new weight loss, fat loss challenge. And I said, oh, cool. Well, what are the nutritional guidelines? What are the nutritional plans? And she was like, there aren't any. I'm like, so what are people doing? And she was like, well, you go work out more. I was like, awesome. I'm like, well, how's it working for you? And she's like, I have no energy and I feel completely plateaued out and I can't lose any more weight. I'm like, well, what have you been doing? And she's like, I just low fat, cut my carbs out, been eating, lots of chicken and vegetables. I'm like, okay, where's your fuel source? Because you've picked up your workouts and you're exerting more energy. So what is refueling you to refeed your body so it can be efficient in fat burning? Well, what fuel source? Guys, you got to have carbs and low fat, or you've got to have fat and low carbs, or you have to measure everything with your calories. You have to put your food on a scale if you want to incorporate both to hit the overall numbers macros, okay? So yes, this past year I've been on a high fat, low carb lifestyle because I find it the most attainable to live outside of the scale, outside of the Tupperware, because I have a busy life and I was just done calorie counting, done tracking. Not that that's a bad thing, and I really actually enjoyed it and found challenges in it, and I coach people to do that. It wasn't as successful as a long-term thing, and it works very well within competition world as people are extreme and wanting to think about it. But what has been easiest has been the high-fat, low-carb world. But guys, you can't do both. You can't do high-carb, high-fat, and you can't you have to track it if you are going to do both. And so what you don't want to do is pull out your fuel sources. You don't want to go low carb and low fat and be just sitting there eating on chicken and vegetables all day. You may initially lose weight, but that's not healthy and that's not sustainable. And if you're working out, your body is it's like my Tesla in the garage. The first time that I drove to Wichita, I thought could make it to Wichita. What I didn't calculate was, and this didn't happen, but what I didn't calculate is if you were to go over the speed limit that it was predicting, then you'd be exerting more of the electricity and you would need to charge sooner. And so people who think they're gonna just cut their calories, cut their carbs, cut their fats, and then just start working out more, you're gonna drain your body fast. You're gonna plateau fast, and you're gonna feel bad during your workouts, and you're gonna do some metabolic damage while you're at it. And then when you get sick of the way you feel with low energy and not good, but yet you're always going to the gym and working hard and nothing is happening, you still got this big layer of fat on your hips and waist, when you feel that way, it's gonna be hard to reverse some of the damage you've done. You can do it, it's called reverse dieting, but don't put yourself in that situation. Okay, but the title of this is on supplements, and I love supplements. I really do. I'm not a supplement hater, okay? This is gonna kill you. Yeah, I have a whole pantry. My pantry is not for food, it's for supplements. So I am not a supplement basher, but it's one of the reasons why as a trainer, I got into, I'm gonna say the elephant in the room, network marketing. Because I found that if you have a supplement in a network marketing company, people will scrutinize it and they will pull it apart and they want to know every single thing about the ingredients and the labels and what is that orange color made of. Where if you walk into a supplement store, they don't ask one single question and they just buy it. And that's fine, but I don't mind being under scrutiny, and I don't mind answering all the questions and having knowledge about them, or I wouldn't be in the company doing the supplements that I'm doing. So I find that if I have built a relationship and trust with people, and I believe in a product, and I do want to sell it because that's how I support myself and my family, and that's how other businesses support themselves, whether you are a trainer selling yourself and your service, or you are in a supplement store selling supplements. I figure I know the most about my product. I know the most about the people I'm working with. So why wouldn't it be me? Why wouldn't I keep that in my wheelhouse? This is my business. So I saw a girl walk into a supplement store today, and she said, I need to lose fat. I need to lose fat. My health depends on it. And the guy in the supplement store said, okay, well, what supplements have you tried before? And she said, well, not really any, but I've got to lose fat. And I'm just sitting there going, ooh, and I'm just watching. I'm just being quiet because I get myself in trouble with this stuff. And he said, okay, so you probably need like to get going and stuff. And she was like, yeah, energy. And I'm like, oh. And he takes her over to the pre-drink section of the store and picks up this bottle and hands it to her. And he's like, I don't know if you can handle this much caffeine. He was like, what's your tolerance? And she's like, I drink energy drinks. And the girl looks like she's never walked into a gym. And she's crying out for help. And he's giving her this stimulant, this caffeine stimulant. And that's not going to fix anything. And that is so unhealthy. And it just kind of broke my heart. And I was like, I just went up to her afterwards and I gave her my card and I was like, you need to start with your nutrition. And I love supplements, but they're supplemental. And no supplement should ever be looked at as a fat loss, like this is gonna do it. This is gonna do it for you. The reason why I have liked exogenous ketones is I have felt like they give people a clean energy without putting caffeine in their body, and it makes them want to go do things. But the reason I like it for my business is because then I'm able to come alongside them and say, so you feel better, your appetite is under control, your cravings are less. In our community, we're gonna help you put down some guidelines. And that is where my heart is with people. So the supplement is good if the nutrition is in place. And we have to not look at supplements as fat loss products. And so, this week, here I got so fired up. I've not been making diet plans for over a year. I've just been doing something different. I've not been helping people. I used to run the Abs Renewal Lifestyle programs where I'd take you through a 90-day program, make lots of changes. At that time, I was doing more of a If It Fit Your Macros, and that works, guys. Carbs can work to get you towards your aesthetic goals. Tracking your macros can work to get you towards aesthetic goals. I like the research on the health behind the high fat, and I'm not trying to dial into an 8% body fat anymore. So that's the lifestyle that I like for more of a wider population demographic, people that just want to feel healthy but not obsess about the food and be able to maintain what they have on the go. And I'm passionate about that. So in the next 24 hours, because I do sell supplements and I am passionate about the sales of supplements, if you want to buy a 30-pack of ketones, you're going to get a grocery list from me. You're going to get my favorite 5-day lifting split, and you're gonna get some recipes. So you're gonna know what a typical day looks like. It's not gonna be an all-encompassing plan. And Dr. Heather's on here, so I'll even ask if she would lend me a couple of her recipes and graphics. I know she will because she loves helping people and she has the same heart I do. Thanks, Heather. So if in the next 24 hours you want help with a plan, because after all, I believe that's why people oftentimes just walk into a supplement store and say, I want to lose weight. They want to put their money down on something and have hope. So if you want to try the ketones, you're going to buy a 30-pack, and I'm going to give you help to start a 4-week journey where I believe you will see some big changes if you will implement a little bit of this structure, guidelines, workouts that I give you, because it's about everything. It's about nutrition, it's about moving, and it's about feeding your body, giving yourself a fuel source. And I'm so tired of seeing people go on diets, count calories, and be frustrated, because a lot of times it's more about getting your body to run efficiently. And a lot of times we need healthy, whole, nutritious foods to do that. And I get sad when I see women in the gym on the hamster wheels going, and just never making a change. And we need to start with nutrition and fueling yourself and feeling good, and then we can implement everything else. So contact me in my messages and just say, Dear Abby, because that means you want help, and I want to help you this week. So there you go. There's the offer of the day. Nutrition for fat loss. Supplements are awesome, but get the other stuff in place first.